Greetings to all. For the purpose of this video, I would like to introduce myself, Mr. Wilson Gaye, a participant of the second batch for the intensive 2-week training organized by the Passion for Youth Education Foundation. During the course of our training, I acquired a lot of knowledge covering career planning, project proposal writing, menstrual hygiene education, family planning, journalism, entrepreneurship, personal development, youth empowerment, etc. During the course of the training, we learn about career planning. We talk about the definition of career planning. We also talk about the objective of career planning. We talk about the 4 steps in career planning. And the 4 steps include self-evaluation or self-reflection, exploration, decision-making or goal setting, and then implementation, at which stage you are get to do the work to ensure that you achieve your career. The next thing after the career planning was the project proposal writing. And the project proposal writing, the first thing we came across was the project cover page. And the cover page had to do with the basic information contained within the project. That was followed by the background of the project, what brought about the project, which is the historical content. Within the historical content, there's analysis of the perceived problem, and that brought about the problem tree. And in the problem tree, we said that the root of the tree are the causes of the problem, and the trunk of the tree are the problem, while the branches are the effect of the problem that came from the trunk. To solve this problem, there's a need to set objective. So that brought about the objective tree. And then the objective tree, there are activities that's supposed to be implemented to achieve your objective. So that brought about the project activity as well. Following the project activity, we talk about other factors of the project that has to do with the sustainability of the project, coordination, risk management, and even the project budget. After discussing project proposal writing, we came across leadership. And during the leadership field, we also learned about the definition of leadership that had to do with nurturing people that follow you so that they can achieve or acquire their potential. And we also learned the different styles of leadership. We came across authoritative leadership, autocratic leadership, affiliative leadership, laissez-faire leadership, quotient leadership style, and those are various styles of leadership. We also came across the various characteristics and quality of a leader, how to do integrity, communication, and the ability to delegate, responsibility to gratitude, learning ability, influence, empathy, as well as respect. After the leadership course, we also talk about family planning. And we went to the definition of family planning that has to do with is a decision that one can make as to when they decide to have their children. A parent, this decision can be done by a parent, by parents, or an individual. And there are various types of family planning that we came across: the barrier method, the surgical method, and the natural family planning. Also came across the pills and the injectable. After the family planning, we discussed about menstrual hygiene education. And during this course, we came across the definition of menstruation that has to do with a normal vaginal bleeding that takes place in every female at a certain stage of her life. Now, during this phase, a woman will experience vaginal bleeding, and it varies from cycle to cycle. There are some people that has 21-day cycle, there are some people that have 22-day cycle. So the range is from 21 to 35-day cycle. We also learned about irregularity of cycle. This is a situation where someone will experience cycle at a certain point and another point they experience it on different time. And though there are factors responsible for that, we also learn about the factors that have to do with stress, medication, and other things. we went further to talk about how frequent a female should change their pad during menstrual cycle. And during this phase, we talk about on a normal condition, if the bleeding is moderate, one should change their pad 6 to 8 hours a day. But if the bleeding is too heavier, then the frequency of changing pads should increase. After that, we went to journalism. And during the journalism, we talked about the history of journalism, where we said journalism started in Rome in 59 BC. And during this period, it was just a mere reporting of news. But from one stage to another, journalism has improved over the period from mere reporting of news to different disciplines, sub-disciplines under journalism. And at that point, we have investigative journalism, news journalism, we have feature writing, we have column, we have different disciplines under journalism. During the same journalism, we also learn about the 5W1H that has to do with who, what, where, why, and also how. Those are the 5W1H, those are fundamental questions that journalists ask. Following the journalism course, we also learn about youth empowerment. And during the youth empowerment phase, we talk about the importance of youth in the society. That started with the definition of youth and the definition of empowerment. And after defining both youth and empowerment, the two definitions were combined, and we came up with the definition of youth empowerment. And that has to do with giving the youth the authority so that they will take action to improve their own potential and be able to become somebody in society. And the importance of youth empowerment, we also spoke of empowering youth bring about national growth, because people will be focused on doing positive things that will benefit the society and the nation at large. The next course following the youth empowerment was personal development. And during this course, we learned a lot again. We went into the definition of personal development and even went into the objective of personal development. Then we came across the 10 skills that one needs to develop his personality. And those 10 skills includes purpose. Purpose is one of the important things. That tells us why we are where we are or what we are. Following the purpose, we come across self-confidence. And then the next one was enthusiasm. That is, you have the courage. After enthusiasm, we have self-reliance, we have expertise, we have self-discipline, we have integrity, we have extraordinary. And those skills, those 10 skills, were later summarized into 3 steps. And those 3 steps has to do with finding out how things work and work with them. Also, you should go to work. Don't stay or don't sit there. And the third one has to do with don't beat the system. Don't try that. It is wrong. The next topic we discussed after personal development was entrepreneurship. And during this course, we learned about the definition, which says the process of bringing new services, new ideas, new products that have not been existing. We also learned about the 2 different types of entrepreneurship, the fundamental types of entrepreneurship. And those fundamental types have to do with the SME, which is the small, medium-sized entrepreneur enterprise. And then we also learn about the RDE, which is the innovative driven entrepreneur. And the SME is an entrepreneurship that just require a little resources to start with, while the RDE is a huge capital driven entrepreneurship that has to do with international market. And then we came down to also know who is an entrepreneur. And there were a lot of characteristics attached to being someone who is an entrepreneur. And after knowing those characteristics, they were placed into personal attributes. And the personal attributes that they were placed into include creativity, dedication, determination, flexibility, leadership, passion, self-confidence. We further and finally learn about the stages of becoming an entrepreneur. And that brings on in what we learn over the period of time. There are a lot of courses. There are other courses. We still have data management. We still have tracking of menstrual cycle to prevent pregnancy. And we have other courses available to learn. During the course of this training, a lot was acquired. Knowledge, networking, and meeting colleagues with diverse professional background. It is my hope to ensure that the knowledge gained over the 2 weeks intensive period will be applied into action at my area of work. I'm also going to use different platforms to inform other colleagues to ensure that they seek interest in this particular professional endeavor and be a part of it in subsequent training. Thank you.